Close your eyes for a moment and reflect on this. When was the last time life whispered something to you? Perhaps it came as a sudden thought, a fleeting encounter, or a persistent feeling you couldn't shake. These are not accidents. They are messages, signs sent to you to illuminate the path ahead. Every sign you receive is a piece of a larger tapestry. But here's the truth, not everyone sees the signs, and even fewer act on them. Why? Because they doubt, dismiss, or simply overlook what is meant to lead them. The universe is speaking to you, but its voice isn't loud. It comes in whispers and synchronicities and in the gentle nudges of your intuition. It might be the repetitive number you see, the stranger's kind word, or the stillness of a morning where clarity dawns. These moments are designed for you, not for someone else. They are tailored to the questions in your heart and the purpose your soul is yearning to fulfill. You might think, but what if I misread the signs? Here's the beauty of divine guidance. Even if you stumble, you are never truly off course. Faith is your compass, and it allows you to recognize, interpret, and act on what you're being shown. The more you trust the process, the clearer the signs will become. Imagine standing at a crossroads, unsure of which way to go. A subtle breeze carries the fragrance of something familiar, leading you forward. That is how signs work. They resonate deeply, pulling you toward what feels right in your heart. But that resonance requires stillness. It demands that you quiet the noise around you and within you. Only then can you hear the whispers of the divine. Do not be afraid to act on the signs you receive. Action is the bridge between recognizing a sign and walking into your destiny. It's not enough to see, you must do. A seed does not grow because it's seen, it grows because it is nurtured and given the space to flourish. And so I leave you with this: pay attention. The signs are here, now waiting for you to notice them. They are the answers you've been seeking, the solutions to problems you've yet to voice, and the map to a future that surpasses your imagination. This message is for you. Don't ignore the signs. They are the proof that you are never alone, that you are guided, and that every step forward is part of a divine plan unfolding in your favor. The universe is always speaking to us, though not in the loud, commanding tones we might expect. Instead, it communicates through subtle messages, whispers woven into the fabric of our daily lives. These whispers manifest as signs, clues, and patterns that are not merely coincidences, but deliberate signals designed to guide us. Recognizing them is not about seeing something extraordinary, but about noticing the extraordinary within the ordinary. Consider how often you've dismissed a thought that seemed out of place or ignored a feeling that lingered without reason. These moments are not random, they are the language of the universe, a dialogue meant specifically for you. The key is to cultivate the awareness to listen, to see what is being shown rather than assuming it is just another fleeting moment. Signs come in many forms. For some, they may appear as repeated numbers, those strange sequences like 1111 or 444 that seem to follow you throughout the day. For others, it might be a song lyric that resonates deeply, a chance encounter with someone who speaks words you needed to hear, or even a dream that feels more real than your waking life. Each of these instances is a nudge, a reminder that you are on a path, and that path is being illuminated step by step. But here's the truth: many overlooked signs are not random. They are not scattered haphazardly in your life without meaning. They are precise, intentional, and deeply personal. What stands out to you may not hold the same weight for someone else, and that's because the signs are tailor-made for your journey. The universe knows where you are and what you need. It knows the questions that linger in your heart and the struggles that keep you awake at night. The signs are answers, but they are not always the answers you expect. To recognize these subtle messages, you must cultivate a sense of stillness. In a world filled with constant noise, distractions, and demands for your attention, the signs can be drowned out if you're not careful. They require presence, a quieting of the mind, and a willingness to see beyond the surface. How often do we rush through life, so preoccupied with what's next that we miss what's right in front of us? The signs are often hidden in the present moment, waiting for you to slow down enough to notice them. This is not to say that every minor occurrence is a sign. The art of discernment is crucial. Not everything that crosses your path carries meaning, but when something tugs at your heart, sparks a memory, or aligns perfectly with a thought or question you've been holding, pay attention. This is how the universe communicates, not with thunderous proclamations, but with quiet, intentional guidance. The challenge for many is doubt. You might wonder if you're imagining things, overanalyzing, or simply seeing what you want to see. But consider this doubt as the greatest thief of clarity. When you question the signs too much, you can blind yourself to their meaning. Instead, trust your intuition. That inner voice that feels like knowing without reason is your greatest ally in interpreting what the universe is showing you. It's also important to remember that signs are not always about providing answers. Sometimes they are meant to prompt action or reflection. They can serve as encouragement when you feel lost, confirmation when you're uncertain, or even redirection when you're heading down the wrong path. A closed door, for instance, is just as much a sign as an open one. Learning to embrace both is part of understanding the bigger picture. When you begin to recognize the signs, you will notice something remarkable. They form a pattern. This pattern isn't random, it's a roadmap guiding you toward a destination you might not fully understand yet. Each sign is a step, a breadcrumb leading you closer to the realization of your purpose. But like any journey, it requires faith. Faith is what allows you to take the next step, even when you don't see the entire path. It's what gives you the courage to trust that the signs are leading you somewhere meaningful, even when the way forward seems unclear. I think of the signs as a conversation between you and the universe. Like any good conversation, it requires both listening and responding. Recognizing a sign is only the beginning. What you do with that recognition is what matters most. A sign without action is like a seed left unplanted. It holds potential but never fulfills its purpose. The next time something catches your attention, a thought, a feeling, an experience that seems to stand out, don't dismiss it. Sit with it. Reflect on it. Ask yourself what it might be trying to show you. These subtle messages are gifts, evidence that you are not alone, that you are being guided, and that every moment is infused with meaning. The universe is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Faith is the lens through which we perceive the deeper truths of life, and it plays a pivotal role in recognizing the signs meant for us. Without faith, the subtle messages of the universe often go unnoticed or are dismissed as mere coincidences. Faith is not just a belief in something greater, it is an active force, a quiet certainty that helps us interpret the whispers of the divine. It allows us to see beyond what our eyes can perceive and hear what our ears might otherwise ignore. When signs appear, they rarely come with a clear explanation or instruction. They often require us to trust our inner knowing, to lean into the unseen and the uncertain. Faith is the bridge between the external signs and the internal recognition of their meaning. It is the clarity that cuts through doubt, transforming confusion into understanding. Without it, we may overlook what is meant for us, dismissing the profound as ordinary simply because it doesn't fit into the logical frameworks we cling to. Faith sharpens our perception in ways that logic cannot. Think about the times when something inexplicable resonated deeply within you, a chance meeting, a repeating number, a gut feeling. These moments are not meant to be dissected and analyzed, but felt and trusted. Faith allows you to embrace the unexplainable without fear or hesitation. It invites you to trust that what you are experiencing has purpose, even if that purpose is not immediately clear. But faith does not eliminate doubt, it transforms it. Doubt is a natural part of the human experience, especially when we are faced with things we cannot fully understand. The mind craves certainty, and when it doesn't find it, it often fills the gaps with skepticism. Faith, however, does not require certainty. It exists alongside doubt, offering reassurance in moments of uncertainty. It whispers, even if you don't understand now, trust that you will. The relationship between faith and recognition is symbiotic. The more faith you have, the more attuned you become to the signs around you. And as you recognize these signs and see their impact on your life, your faith deepens. It's a cycle of trust and confirmation that grows stronger with time. But it begins with a willingness to believe, to take that first step into the unknown. Faith also teaches us patience, which is essential when it comes to recognizing and interpreting signs. Often, the messages we receive are not meant to be understood immediately. They are like seeds planted in the soil of our consciousness, requiring time to grow and reveal their purpose. Without faith, we might become impatient, demanding answers and clarity before their time. Faith reminds us that everything unfolds in divine timing, that the signs we receive today might not make sense until weeks, months, or even years later. This is where stillness plays a crucial role. Faith thrives in stillness, in the moments when we quiet our minds and tune into the whispers of our soul. In a world that moves at a relentless pace, it can be challenging to find that stillness, but it is in these quiet moments that faith is strengthened. When you take the time to sit with the signs, to reflect on their meaning without rushing to conclusions, you allow faith to guide you toward understanding. There is also an element of surrender in faith, a letting go of the need to control or force outcomes. Signs are not demands, they are invitations. They invite you to trust, to follow, and to align with a greater plan. Faith is what allows you to accept this invitation even when the path ahead is unclear. It is the courage to say, I may not know where this will lead, but I trust that it will take me where I need to go. Ultimately, faith is not a passive state, but an active practice. It is the conscious choice to trust in the unseen, to believe that the signs are real, and to act on them even when doubt lingers. It is what empowers you to move forward, to take risks, and to embrace the unknown with confidence. Faith is the compass that guides you through the uncertainty, pointing you toward the truth that lies beyond the surface. When you cultivate faith, you open yourself to a deeper connection with the universe. You begin to see life not as a series of random events, but as a beautifully orchestrated journey filled with meaning and purpose. The signs that once seemed elusive become clear, and the messages they carry resonate deeply within you. Faith transforms the way you experience the world, turning every moment into an opportunity for growth, discovery, and alignment with your highest self. In the end, faith is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting the process, knowing that you are guided, and believing that every sign is a gift meant to lead you closer to your purpose. It is through faith that you unlock the ability to recognize and embrace the divine messages all around you. Alignment with divine timing is one of the most profound aspects of recognizing and responding to the signs in our lives. It is the understanding that the universe has a perfect timing for everything, and that timing is never coincidental. We often get caught up in our own plans, feeling the urgency to act now, to push forward, and to control the outcomes of our lives. But divine timing teaches us that there is an order to the way things unfold, and that everything happens at the right moment, even when it doesn't align with our expectations. The signs we receive are not random or arbitrary. They appear when we are ready to receive them. We may not always see or understand the meaning behind them right away, but they come at the exact moment we need them, even if we don't realize it in that instant. These signs are placed in our path to guide us, to confirm that we are on the right track, or to gently redirect us when we've strayed. It is through divine timing that we begin to recognize that everything we encounter has purpose, even the challenges and delays. There are times in life when things seem to move slowly, when we feel as if we're stuck in a waiting pattern. In those moments, it's easy to become frustrated, to wonder why things aren't happening faster, or why opportunities seem to be out of reach. But divine timing assures us that the right opportunities will come when we are prepared for them. The universe works behind the scenes, preparing us for what lies ahead, ensuring that we are equipped with the wisdom, resources, and emotional readiness to receive the blessings that are coming our way. In many cases, the signs you receive may be leading you toward an opportunity, but that opportunity isn't yet ready to materialize. The timing might not be right for it to unfold in the way you hope, and that's where trust and patience come in. The key to aligning with divine timing is not forcing things to happen or rushing ahead with your own plans. It's about listening deeply, recognizing the signs that are placed before you, and having the patience to wait for the right moment to take action. It's understanding that even delays are part of the divine plan. When you align with divine timing, you stop viewing life as a series of random events or missed opportunities. Instead, you begin to see how everything connects in perfect harmony, even if the connections aren't immediately obvious. A seemingly insignificant encounter, an unexpected delay, or a door that closes, these are all signs that the universe is working to guide you, preparing you for something even greater. The challenge is to trust that these moments are part of the unfolding of your journey, and that nothing is wasted. What often happens when we align with divine timing is that things begin to flow with ease. We stop forcing the outcome and begin to trust the process. Our actions become more intentional, more in tune with the flow of life, and less about pushing or striving. There is a sense of peace that comes when we surrender to the timing of the universe, knowing that everything will fall into place at the right time. When we act in alignment with divine timing, we no longer feel like we are working against the current. Instead, we move with the flow of life, guided by the signs that appear along the way. One of the most challenging aspects of aligning with divine timing is overcoming the temptation to rush. We live in a world that demands instant results, where waiting is often viewed as inefficient or unnecessary. But divine timing is a reminder that some things require patience. There are lessons to be learned along the way, wisdom to be gained, and preparation to be done before we can step into what is waiting for us. Rushing can lead to missed opportunities, misunderstandings, and mistakes that could have been avoided if we had waited for the right moment. In these moments of waiting, it's essential to trust the process and embrace the stillness. This is when we begin to see that time is not the enemy, it's the teacher. Waiting is not a sign of inaction, but of divine alignment, a process that ensures we are ready for what comes next. When we embrace the flow of divine timing, we shift our perspective from one of impatience to one of gratitude and trust. We understand that everything that is meant for us will arrive in its own time, and that when it does, it will be more than we could have imagined. As you reflect on your own life, think about the moments when you felt that something wasn't quite right, or when you knew in your heart that you were being guided to wait or to prepare for something bigger. Trust that these moments are not accidents, but are part of a larger divine plan. Divine timing is an invitation to surrender your need for control, to release your anxieties about what's next, and to trust that everything will unfold perfectly in its own time. The signs are always there, guiding you toward your highest good, and when you align with divine timing, you can rest assured that every step, every delay, and every moment is taking you exactly where you need to be. The importance of trust in the process cannot be overstated when it comes to recognizing the signs that guide our lives. Trust is the cornerstone that supports the foundation of our belief in the unseen forces that are always at work behind the scenes. While we might acknowledge that there is a greater plan unfolding, trusting that plan, especially when we cannot see its full scope or understand the timing of events, is often the hardest part. It requires us to let go of the illusion of control and surrender to the knowledge that the universe knows what we need, even when we don't. Trusting the process is not about having everything figured out ahead of time. It's not about knowing exactly how everything will unfold. Instead, it's about surrendering to the understanding that, step by step, the universe is unfolding a path for us. Often we are tempted to try and control every aspect of our lives, our relationships, careers, finances, and even our personal growth. But when we step back and trust the process, we realize that the more we try to force things to happen on our own timeline, the more resistance we create. Life begins to feel like a struggle rather than a flow. What's important to recognize is that the signs we receive, the small and subtle cues, are not meant to push us into immediate action, but to encourage us to pause and reflect. They are there to direct us toward the path of least resistance, toward the opportunities that align with our true purpose, and away from the distractions that might seem enticing in the moment but ultimately don't serve us. Trusting the process means recognizing that each moment has value, and even in moments of delay or uncertainty, there is always something to learn, something to experience, and something to prepare for. The act of trusting the process is a call for patience. It requires us to understand that everything happens in its own time. This can be difficult, especially in a world that encourages instant gratification. We are trained to expect quick results, to see immediate returns on our investments of time and energy. However, divine timing operates on its own rhythm, independent of the pressures and expectations of the world around us. The signs we receive come when we are ready for them, not necessarily when we want them. Patience in this sense is not passivity. It is an active, conscious choice to wait, to listen, and to observe. When we trust the process, we allow ourselves to remain open to whatever comes next without forcing the outcome. The signs we receive will often make sense only when the timing is right, and this is where trust comes into play. It is about taking action when the moment presents itself, but also knowing when to wait, when to reflect, and when to prepare for the opportunity that will come. Learning to trust the process also involves understanding that not everything we desire is meant for us at the moment we desire it. Sometimes the signs we receive are messages of readiness, urging us to get into alignment before stepping forward. We might be presented with opportunities, but we are not quite ready to fully embrace them. Trusting the process means acknowledging that there is a time to build, to grow, to learn, and to become stronger before the next step is taken. The signs will guide us along this journey, providing the wisdom we need to move forward with confidence when the time is right. This level of trust also teaches us to release fear. Fear is a powerful force that can cloud our judgment, distort our perception, and prevent us from seeing the signs clearly. When we trust the process, we let go of fear's hold on us. We stop second-guessing every move we make and stop worrying about every potential outcome. Instead, we learn to trust that what is meant for us will find its way to us, and that our role is to stay open, receptive, and ready to embrace it when it arrives. The more we trust, the less fear we experience, and the more confident we become in following the signs that guide us. There is a deep sense of peace that comes with trusting the process. It's an inner knowing that everything is unfolding just as it should, even when it doesn't feel like it. This peace allows us to navigate life with greater ease, to meet challenges with resilience, and to recognize that every experience, whether it seems positive or negative, is part of a larger design that we cannot always see in the moment. The signs we receive are not just directions, they are reassurance. They are the universe's way of saying, trust, you are on the right path. You are being guided. Ultimately, trusting the process is a practice of surrender, of letting go of the need to control the outcome, and instead leaning into faith and patience. It is through this trust that we begin to see the deeper meaning behind the signs, that we understand their purpose in guiding us toward a greater good. When we trust the process, we are not only aligned with divine timing, but are also in harmony with the flow of life, ready to embrace whatever comes next with grace and confidence. Trusting the process allows us to live with the assurance that the universe is always working for us, guiding us and supporting us every step of the way. The journey of recognizing and responding to the signs in our lives requires a deep trust in the process, a surrender to divine timing, and a steadfast faith in what is meant for us. These signs, though often subtle, are powerful messages guiding us toward our purpose and reminding us that we are never truly alone on our path. By aligning ourselves with divine timing, we free ourselves from the pressure of forcing outcomes and allow the flow of life to unfold in its perfect order. Trusting the process means embracing patience, releasing fear, and cultivating an openness to what is yet to come, knowing that each moment, each sign, is leading us toward something greater. When we let go of the need to control every detail and instead trust that the universe has a plan for us, we open ourselves to the beauty and abundance that awaits. The signs are not random, they are meant to be recognized and followed with faith, patience, and trust. As we learn to trust the process, we gain clarity, peace, and the confidence to move forward, knowing that we are always on the right path. Trusting the process transforms our lives from one of uncertainty and struggle to one of a line of alignment and flow, where every step is guided by the signs that point us toward our highest good.